Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I thought it'd be fun if we take a look at UBC during this pandemic and see how it's going because I haven't been there in a while. I decided to do a voiceover because the sound is atrocious with the wind blowing, so here's that. So if you haven't guessed it from the title and the beginning of this video, we are going to be talking more about part 2 of UBC. And one of my most common questions is how I got hired, so we're going to talk a little bit about that at the beginning, the process, and then we're going into more discounts and first year advice, so let's get started. Listen, I've tried to film this a bunch of times, but I never actually get it done. So for those of you who don't know, you can get hired through the bookstore 2 different ways. I was hired as a rush cashier to begin with. So what is rush season and what is a rush cashier? Rush season is the beginning of a semester when the bookstore is normally the busiest. It makes sense because everybody is getting their textbooks, they're getting their student cards, they're getting their staff cards, they're getting their keys, they're just getting everything done at the same time. So for the rush season, we normally hire a lot of new people. I, for one, was one of those people. We hire in group interviews and it's really fun meeting a bunch of different people. They're from different interdisciplinaries. They can be from our university, they can be from other institutions, but you can also apply if you are not a student at all. So myself and I know a lot of my other friends at the bookstore, we moved from rush cashier and transitioned over into sales clerks. That means we work regular hours, we get those benefits, we get like the staff discount. So if you are looking for a good student job but also like a full-time job, I would highly recommend you checking out UBC. I'll go into more of that if you guys are interested later on, but for now we're just talking about tips basically and how to get hired if you are interested in that. So the hiring period is normally in the summer before September. So you're looking to apply around April or around May. Also with the recession coming up and the depression, I'm not sure if we will be hiring, but if there is a position, I strongly urge you to apply because you're going to meet some of the greatest people you've ever met. Everybody I know who works there has amazing work ethics and they are respectful, and it's just honestly a great environment, especially if it's one of your first jobs. So my first rush, for example, I worked from July until November and it was amazing. Like I was trying to work as much as possible. The bookstore will try to limit you so that you don't work overtime, obviously, because if you did time and a half on top of the pay, then it would be too much. So different tasks that I've done, I've been like a receptionist at the information desk, I've been in the book section and stationery and everything, the corner store. My personal favorite during rush season, which is September, is being at the back near the books. My favorite part about this is helping updated students find their books, number one, because a lot of people don't know how our bookstore is categorized, but also when the books are coming in. Because if a book has come in and we actually don't get notice of that, then they might be sitting up in the warehouse and we just have to go up and then grab them and bring them down. A lot of the other cases is that there is a delay, and if there's a delay, there's nothing we can do and we don't get updated right away, but it's good to check. I've mentioned this in my last video, which I'll put a card so that you guys can find it and make it easier. So in my last video, I told you guys that online orders are better, and I still vouch for online orders. It's just a little bit more complicated now because you can no longer type in your student number and then find your generated book list. Now instead, you have to click on the course code. I think it just helps to be more general and helpful if students are switching from one class to another and they want to know what books they need for that other course instead of just being limited to their normal course. So just one more discount that I forgot to mention is in the last video I talked about online orders and I was talking about how it's more beneficial because you just pick up everything, you've already paid for it, you don't need to keep coming back and forth to figure out if your books are back in stock. Another benefit is that if you order an online order at the beginning of the semester and you're early enough, you get discount cards. So when you place an online order, you get 20% off, sometimes you get 10% off depending on the card, and it's honestly random draws. If you guys haven't been to the bookstore or you're unsure, you're a new first year, you get your UBC card from our access desk area that I mentioned earlier. At the access desk area, that's where you pick up your keys, you pick up your student cards or your staff card, anything like that. And it's a different lineup completely. You are going to need photo ID when you pick up your student card. You can either take your student picture in person or you can take it yourself behind like a white background. The background doesn't have to be completely white as long as you are in the center and you're the focus and there's nothing distracting, there's no other faces. So just to let you guys know, you do need photo ID, that way you can claim it and sign for it. So that actually brings me to my next tip about getting free stuff. So the carding office is where you get your card holders. So that same carding office area, you can get these free card holders. A lot of people are not big fans of this. I know my sister isn't, but I am. It's more convenient because you'll never lose your phone. Fingers crossed, you never lose your phone. So you can just keep your cards there and you won't misplace them. But I do know a lot of people don't enjoy that, and that's where it comes into play, where you can buy one of these card holders. It's really nice. So it comes with another one of these. It says UBC. We have a lot of different colors. And yeah, I mean, this is nice as well. You can keep your cards here and it's nice and safe. Personally, for me, I just prefer the card holder. I just find that it's more practical because I always know where my phone is. I just stick it on my case. The downside is obviously if you upgrade or you'd like to switch between cases, we'll only give you one free card holder at a time. It's just easier for me not to lose because I know where my phone is almost all the time, versus this is just something I might lose again. So another tip that I would give is if you're an avid book reader, a lot of the times when you're buying books that are classified as trade books, I'm not sure if you guys know what trade books are, but they have a different barcode than textbooks. And so trade books are books that you would read, like nonfiction ones for fun, biographies, all of that. Just books that you would buy if you were shopping for like kids or like just anything, you know. As long as it's not a textbook, it's considered a trade book. So if you're the type of person who likes to buy books but not textbooks, like trade books that I'm talking about, then you should join the book club. A lot of the times the cashier will come and ask you if you are part of our book club, and if you are, that's great, and if you're not, then we don't mind telling you about it. A lot of people think that it costs money to sign up for our book club, but it really doesn't. So what is our book club? Our book club is designed to really give customers a discount if they are avid readers. A lot of people like reading, and after this quarantine, I'm actually jealous that I didn't end up utilizing that better. But what you'll do is you'll either sign up using your staff card or your student card, and if you are just like a tourist or a regular customer and you just so happen to be buying like 11 books, then I would urge you to definitely sign up. You can link it up to like a phone number. If you're just somebody in the community who lives near the bookstore and you want to buy books, then definitely just sign up. It's free. How it works is that you get a discount after buying 10 books, and it's a discount on a cumulative percentage of what you paid for each book that you can use towards your 11th book. Or if you don't use it up all because your 11th book is cheaper, then you can save it for the next time. So I think it's pretty win-win. You get a discount, you're spending the same amount of money. Some books do not apply, however. Which books don't apply? Well, so we mentioned textbooks don't apply, so that's unfortunate for students. Kids books definitely are, but if the kids books are on sale, then they're not. So if you get like something with like a red sticker, that unfortunately is final sale and it's on discount, and you don't get another discount. If you see something with like a 555 tag, it also means that it's a discounted book, so you unfortunately cannot add that to a second discount towards your book club. If a book is also on our book list, which is 25% off most of the time, and by the way, those are some great picks, unfortunately you also don't get a discount on that. You can't really double dip with our discounts, which is very unfortunate. So that's it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, do let me know by leaving a comment down below. Give it a big thumbs up if you thought it was informative or interesting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe too, obviously, if you think it's interesting, but yeah.